you guys, welcome back to K&KInspiredCreations with Latara. So today I'm going to show you guys how I made this fake layered bunny cake. So today I'm going to be using these bunny wood cutouts that I got from the Dollar Tree to make a layered cake. So I started off by painting the sides, which is the part that's going to be shown, or the part that you're going to be able to see. I painted it brown. I think I used just like milk chocolate or something from Apple Barrel to give it that brown color. So because this is gonna be like a chocolate Easter cake, or a chocolate bunny cake, or a chocolate carrot cake, or whatever you want to call it. So that's what I started off doing, just doing the edges, and I ended up doing that with all three of them because I wanted them all to be the same color. You might have to do more than one coat depending on how much the wood actually soaks up the paint, because a lot of times that happens, especially when it's unfinished wood. But just do it to your liking or your standard. And I think I only did one coat for each one, but I did do all three. And so the next thing I did is I took some of those little mini Jenga blocks that you could find at Dollar Tree, and I hot glued them to the inside of the bunny. And that was so that the spackle didn't or the top, the next layer or the next layers didn't, fall or smush the spackle once I put it in there, because spackle is really soft and that wood is actually pretty heavy. And so I am using spackle, just white spackle. It is the lightweight DAP Fast and Final that you can get from any hardware store. And the tip I'm using is just a circle tip. And I'm just going to basically use that to add some spackle around the edges of the whole thing, because that's how it looks like a layered cake. You can see the cake, but then you can also see the icing. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm going to do this two different ways, and you'll see this later on while I'm making this. And I would say after completing this project, this is the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to go ahead and glue the Jenga blocks down, but then go ahead and put the spackle around the edges instead of doing it the way that I'm gonna do it in a little while. And then go ahead and hot glue the next layer on top. And when you do this, there's always gonna be like a little bit of a gap of spackle. So all you wanna do is just take some more of that spackle and just fill it in real quick. It's nice and easy. Yeah. And while I'm doing that, I want to say, if this is your first time here, welcome back to my little pastel bakery corner of the internet. And if you are returning, I want to say welcome back, fake big bestie. I hope you enjoy this one. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and smooth out the spackle along the edges, just so that it looks neat or whatever. And I am using rubbing alcohol on my finger. That's what I keep touching. That way the spackle doesn't stick to my fingers, because if I was just trying to pat it down with my fingers, a lot of the spackle would lift up and just kind of stick to my finger. So rubbing alcohol is a good thing to use when using spackle. So I am doing the same thing. I am gluing the mini Jenga blocks to the wood piece first, but this time I went ahead and glued the top on. I wouldn't say big mistake, but it was a bit of a mistake. It took a minute, and I didn't show it, but it took a minute to get the spackle to kind of go. Like, I was kind of pushing it in too far. That's why I said doing it the way that I did it the very first time was a lot easier. This way was a lot stressful, honestly, and it took me a minute to get started. But again, I just didn't show that part because it took me a minute to kind of figure out how to do this. And I'm going to have to do a second layer anyways. I figured if I did it this way, I would only have to go, do this once with the spackle. But even doing it this way, there was still like a gap. So you might as well just do it the first way, and it comes out a lot simpler, a lot neater. And then you just have to do a second layer of spackle regardless. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to add that second layer of spackle just to make sure that it's full. You don't want to see like a gap between the spackle and the cake, because that's not realistic when it comes to like layered cakes or whatever. And once I get the spackle on there and it looks kind of thick and full like it's supposed to, I'm going to do the same thing I did before with the rubbing alcohol, and I'm just going to smooth it down with my fingers. You can use like a tool, like a flat tool or like a cake, whatever tool, but that's just what I did. So now I'm just taking some more of that spackle and I'm going to put it on top and spread it out so that, you know, there's icing on the very top of the cake. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen me do this before. This is actually very easy, so there's not too much explanation to, you know, tell you guys here. And I did want to say, if this is your first time watching, here we do create fake baked desserts, seasonal decor, and fun DIY pieces that look good enough to eat. So if that's your vibe, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you also like this DIY so far, go ahead and like it. I watch videos all the time and then I forget to like the video even though I liked it. So if you're like me and you forget, this is a really good time to go ahead and like the video and leave a comment. I love to read you guys' comments. So like I said, I went ahead and got it kind of like smooth. I used a little bit of hot glue just to kind of stick it to that parchment paper so that it won't move around on me. And then now I'm going to do a border. I'm going to do a border on the bottom and the top of the cake because most cakes have a border on the bottom and the top. And I'm just using that white spackle. Again, you can do whatever you want. You can make it more pastel and make it more, you know, Easter colors and stuff like that. This is one of the first cakes I made like this, so I was just kind of keeping it simple, kind of seeing if I can do it. Also, my goal for this was a lot of the pieces, especially fake bakes that I make, I want them to be something that I can actually use. So my goal was to make this into like a riser or like a candle holder. So that's why I want it to be very simple. And that's why I wanted the middle to be open as well, because I wanted to be able to sit something there. Now I am going to add in the middle, I am going to add some fake nuts as well. Because if, you know, I guess a carrot cake is not a carrot cake if it doesn't have like the fake nuts. So the fake nuts that I use is Cape Cod hamster bedding. You can get a huge bag on like Amazon or whatever sent to you, and it lasts literally forever. So that's what I'm using as my nuts, and I'm just, you know, filling up the inside of it and trying to make it very flat because like I said, I do plan to use this as a riser or as like a candle holder. And the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna show it on here. I am going to use some resin and I'm going to pour it over all of the fake nuts, and that's going to make it, you know, smooth so that I can sit things on here as a riser or, you know, a candle holder. So not something that you have to do, but that's just what my vision was, and you can tell that it's like a lot more shinier on the final reveal, so you'll see what I'm talking about. And of course, the last thing I did was add some glitter to the spackle, the white spackle. And here's the final reveal. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what you think I should make next. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, keep it sweet and keep it creative. Bye.